I'm William Nozak, and in this module, I'm going to talk to you about the principles of digital marketing. What is digital marketing? Any type of marketing strategy executed through online channels, the word digital. You have traditional marketing. It's been around for a while. Yellow Pages is no longer part of that. You do still have billboards and television and mailers that are sent in snail mail and gifts that you send clients and different things you do there that are not digital. Those are what we call non-line or offline. And when it comes to digital, it's anything that's in an online channel, we're going to call that digital marketing. Anything that's moving the needle, increasing brand awareness, bringing leads, clicks, leads, and sales, that's digital marketing. It can reach a much larger audience because the whole world is online. It can be much more targeted than, say, a billboard that hits a highway of traffic that includes 99% of people that will never, ever buy your product or service. Not ruling that out, just saying that's not digital. Digital can also be sloppy, just like a billboard can or a television ad. Often more cost-effective, can outperform traditional marketing, needs commitment and care, attention, and certainly become evergreen. We can become thought leaders. We can create this inbound marketing strategy that we become the source when it comes to the information that people need to consume, or even the products or services, so they eventually turn into users, right? We're gonna be the top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, the bottom of the funnel. We're gonna be in all places because we are the source. And then when they're looking, they find us. When they're learning, they find us. When they're almost ready to buy, we're there. And when they buy, we're there. So the 4 key principles: attract your target audience. You've got the whole world. You've got the people that are looking for your thing, the impression load you earned, the clicks that you gained from the different channels, the leads that you generated, the sales that were produced from those leads. Engage your prospects. Digitally is the best way. They're expecting it. Convert prospects into buyers. Assuming you've got a sales process and the clients are potential leads are getting to you, the emails aren't hitting a trash can, the emails are getting answered timely, the calls are getting handled by professionals, there's a professional process there. And then we want to sustain clients for the long-term growth, right? We need to have a high lifetime value. We need to have a 3, 4, 5-year value of clients where they're not coming in and leaving us right away. We're keeping them as long as possible, and we just need more of those great clients. We don't want to be filling our hopper because we can't keep people in the hopper. Some industries, that's a reality. But when it's not the reality, we need to do everything we can to shut the back door and keep the front door open and keep the people we have happy. Because they need your product, right? They need your service, or maybe it's a one-time thing and this doesn't apply to you, but oftentimes it's a continual thing, or a maintenance plan that we can sell, or another product or another service, or something that the client is going to have to buy somewhere. We don't want them buying from us and then losing contact with us and buying from someone else. So define your unique selling proposition. What is our value proposition? How are we different? How are we unique? Why are we better for certain buying populations? Establish your audience and nurture relationships. Relationships are everything. You don't have to be an extrovert. You can be an introvert and still nurture relationships in certain ways. Use your strengths. Share books, send books, have conversations about things that you love. You don't have to be a great conversationalist. You just have to find something that you both like talking about, really that the client likes talking about. Something in common, grow from there. Make it easy to give by giving customers what they want. Keep it simple, stupid. Learn when and how to pivot your strategy. You're always iterating your marketing strategy, your channels. You're always in iteration mode in marketing. Google's changing too often. Social media changes too often. They get too powerful. They get broke apart. People and the way they use the internet changes. You're always iterating your processes, your footprint, adding to, taking away. Remember, content is king. Diversify your content strategy. That's having content in YouTube, having content in Instagram, having a really great blog that produces information about your industry. Not ridiculous information. It's not your personal blog. It's not your marketer's personal blog. It's not your owner's personal blog. It is the company blog. So we want to have things about the company, the industry. How can we connect that back into potentially getting people at the bottom of the funnel? Sometimes it's not possible, but always we want to get traffic, become the source, be in the top level, be in the middle, be in the bottom, making video and audio content. Consistency is key. Whatever marker people get used to, that's the marker we want to continually produce at. Once a week, once a month, bi-monthly, bi-weekly, whatever we do, and we find out that that's enough, we got to keep that consistency. Are you high quality versus high volume? We've learned that there isn't really a right or wrong here. It's just how your brand wants to do it. Do you want to produce a high clip of volume? The more quality you put into that, the longer the post-production takes, the longer the pre-production takes. So do we want to have just a small amount of content that's high quality? Do we want to be willing to have high volumes, but there's a little less post-production involved? Digital marketing is constantly changing. You're always growing. You're always changing the form and the presentation. So we have to have some KPI. Website traffic is a good place to start. How many users hit the site this month, or last month, this month, last year? What are the trends? Are we seasonal? Are we losing, gaining traction? Are we getting new traffic that leads to a certain type of conversion? Are we getting less traffic that leads to good conversions? What are the bounce rates? Who came, didn't do anything on the website, and just left? We want people to come, take an action, reduce that bounce rate so that it shows we're getting good traction and good traffic. Remember, if you've got a blog that gets a lot of traffic, it could increase your bounce rate exponentially. Remove that blog and look at the rest of the site. Cost per lead. We always want to try to get good leads at the best cost, right? We don't want to pay less per leads. We certainly can't eliminate this cost. We always have to pay for leads in some form or fashion. You're paying for a lead. And then the click-through rates. The click-through rates matter. Digital, it's notoriously low. 1, 2%, 3%, 5%. My gosh, you're killing it. And then those click-through rates, clicks to leads, again, is going to be low. Leads to sales, potentially low. We want to have these as KPI and understand what our benchmarks are so we can do things to improve them. And then what are the conversion rates? What are leads to sales? What are form fill outs to quality leads? We want to look at conversion rates. There's a lot of KPIs that matter. We certainly want to start with a few. So attract your target audience. Everyone is not a potential buyer for your product. There are different channels that you'll find good buyers for. Organic, that's the search engines. Paid traffic, that's also search engines and different websites. Paid traffic matters. We have to have some level of paid traffic. We need to have lead magnets. We have to have email marketing going. We have to run some sort of social media and social media marketing. We want to have a content strategy. We want to use affiliate marketing when it makes sense. We want to be meeting potential buyers, people in the industry, staying on top of what our competitors are doing. This is getting in places where potential target audience is and giving them a way to interface with us, learn about us, and eventually, hopefully, buy from us. And we want to be engaging. Scripts are good, but they only go so far. So we want to have unique messaging, unique content specific for these different media. So engage your prospects. It's going to take time. Sales can take months. When you've made that first conversation, you've written up a statement of work, and for us, it can take months before a buyer finally pulls the trigger. You don't want to lose connection with them. You don't want them to lose temperature. You don't want someone to step in and get that lead. There are ways that we can engage the audience. What we do, we send them books, send them messages, interface with them, make them feel like family, because they will be family. When you take on a marketer or a marketing company, it's not now their responsibility, it's the marketing company and the company's responsibility. You all have responsibilities, from making sure the sales team is successful to make sure the marketing team is bringing in the correct amount of leads, positioning the company correctly. And so we always want to be engaging and getting feedback and making sure we're keeping that relationship or those potential prospects warm and getting them to turn hot. And then the process of converting a prospect into a buyer. So we want to get real paying customers, right? We can't just have friends of the business forever. We want to have those real relationships and be truthful with people and add real value to them. But the hope for any business and for any marketing and sales team is that we want to have some metrics and some goals. And then we want to retarget and segment, and we want to be converting, right? It's all about conversion at the end of the day. Your C levels are going to ask you how your team's converting. Are our conversions increasing and decreasing? What can we do to increase those numbers? What have we done? What can we do to decrease those numbers? We've got too many leads. They're not high quality enough. We already have a baseline of new leads that we need minus attrition, whatever equation you have set up. We want to make sure we always have this level of leads. What can we do to keep that recipe? Tweak that, turn it up, turn it down. So we want to make sure we're converting prospects into buyers and not losing those opportunities that we do have. Sustain clients for long-term growth. If you're not meeting your goals, you might try A/B testing. A/B testing is a real big part of digital marketing. Google has it set up. Google Optimize is a big way to A/B test. We're not A/B testing a button or a color. We're A/B testing positioning, value proposition, different ways and different clients that we're marketing our product to say, hey, our product works for you, and here's how it does those things. So digital marketing is constantly changing. Products, services, constantly changing. You have to stay light-footed. You have to be able to iterate, reposition quickly, and change your marketing, modify your marketing, add new marketing campaigns. To sustain long-term growth, you're always moving. You're always changing. It's called bleeding edge. It's at the bleeding edge for a reason, because it changes and companies die. And if you're not nimble and you're not light-footed, you can easily fall in that category if your digital marketing isn't keeping pace. So these are really the principles of digital marketing. And we're going to cover this. We're going to talk about these and put them in the real world, and how we do this as a marketing agency, and how we work with SaaS companies and e-commerce and multi-location and franchisors and small business, enterprise, how we use digital marketing strategies to help these companies in their different verticals to compete against their competition locally, regionally, and nationally, to increase sales, to increase conversion rates, to improve their impression loads. So if you need to go back to the beginning of this one, go ahead back now and watch that. If not, I'll see you in the next module.